Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to build this. I won't be doing any of the decorations or the interior stuff, and instead of moss, I'll just be using the regular stone brick. Otherwise, everything else is going to stay the same. So you're going to need a 16 by 16 plot of land, and you're going to need, I believe, 31 blocks of height. Yes. Yeah. And if you've actually plotted out kind of like this, then you want to come 3 up and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in to the right, and that's where you're going to place your set of 3 stairs. Behind the stairs, you can do some stone brick blocks, and you'll see why in a second. You're going to put your stone brick stairs on top of those to get our little stairway for entrance here. Then on each side of the first set of stairs we put down, we're going to put 4 blocks of cobblestone coming out. And then behind that, we're just going to keep following the type of blocks that are here in this framework. Hopefully you had a second there to pause and copy that out if you want to make things more simple. So the stone bricks here will help you remember that this is going to be part of the framework for the door. So I like to put them about 3 up just to have a really good reminder there. And then the rest is all going to be stone. So following in behind that cobblestone right beside the stone bricks there, you're going to come out 1, 2, 3, and you're going to come 2 back, and then diagonally down to the left. You're going to come straight down 5 blocks. Diagonally down to the right, you're going to place 1, 2, 3 coming down, and then 2 more to the left from this block here. Up and to the left diagonally, 1, 2, 3 coming left. Down left diagonally, 1, 2, 4, 5. And then you're going to turn so that 4 more are coming to the left of this last block here. 1, 2, 3, coming diagonally up and to the left. That one, diagonally down and to the left. 1, 2, 3, and then straight up. 1, 2 stone bricks. And now, as I'm sure you can tell, these little corners are going to be the towers. So you want to line them on the outside with cobblestone. Again, going all the way around and leaving the actual corner piece blank. And once you've done that, you should have something kind of like this. On top of all of the cobblestone, you're going to place a grass block. And in these corners, you're going to place 1 more. In these inlets, as far back as you can go, you're actually going to stack the grass blocks 2 high. And then in front of that, 1 high grass block. And then again, you're just following cobblestone and filling in the corner pieces. So this inlet, same as the last one, 2 high, 1 high here, 1 piece on each cobblestone, 1 in the corner, 1 on each cobblestone, 2 high as far back as you can go in the inlet, 1 high in front of that, excuse me, and then 1 on top of each cobblestone. Kill the chicken that's in your way. Put in 1 more grass block, and then fill in the rest of the cobblestone with more grass blocks. Now, I like to have the floor at the same height of the stairs. That should be kind of a no-brainer. Now, where we had all this stone before, you can actually bring that up to a height of 2, so you're not filling in a bunch of wood. It can look a little awkward on the outside. If you use the wood for the flooring, it can look a little awkward on the inside too, maybe. Yeah, anyway. And then you can fill in all of this empty space at this height here with whatever you want for your flooring. I'm just using spruce planks. You could also dig this down 1 or 2 more levels, put down a flooring of your choice, and have a basement, but we're not going to do that for this tutorial. So now you should have something. So now these archways, I believe, go up to a height of 8, 1, 2, 6, 7, 7, sorry. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And at the 5th block is when we want to do the upside down stair on the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is an upside down stair on the inside here. And again, and then we are filling in the rest of this space with our stone brick blocks here to make this nice archway entrance. For the inside, all you're actually going to need is to just cover where you see empty space with wood or any other block of your choice that you want to have framed in the entrance there. So you could use stone, and that would probably look pretty good too. So that's the bare minimum you need to have it look like this on the outside. You could fill in the rest if you wanted to. It's going to be entirely up to you on how you want the inside to look. Now, the rest of these stone blocks are all going to come up to the same height of 7. So I'm going to fast forward through all of that. Great, so you should have something like this now. So what I kind of like to do here is I know that all the way around the outside, we are going to have this layer of stone bricks as a border, but we are going to leave this part here where the stone bricks are actually without the stone brick blocks. So again, just follow around our framework here with stone brick blocks. You get all the way around. So now we want to build this first. We actually know where our flooring is going to go. So on the left side, in the middle, and on the right side, we're going to do an upside down stair. We're going to put stone brick blocks on top of each of the upside down stairs and fill in the empty spaces to have a row of 5 going across, just like we have over here. And then we're going to do a second row and put some stairs on top of that. So there's our second row. What I've done on the other side there is making it so the back of the stairs kind of face to the outside, so the one on the left side kind of faces out to the left or to the right, depending on which way you're looking at it, of course. But yeah, you can see here what I've done and follow that for yourself. Now, for the flooring on the inside, you actually want the wood in here for the balcony, unless you want stone brick blocks for your balcony flooring. I like to have the wood, it blends in with the rest of the room on the inside a little bit better, I think. But entirely up to you. And of course, you don't want to use the same blocks that I'm using. You want to use like Grismarine or Nether Bricks or whatever. Use whatever blocks that you like, really. And then I think it's another 7, maybe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 6. Okay. So again, we will fast forward through all this. You're just adding 6 stone blocks of height over top of where we have the stone brick block. Okay, so you should have something like that. Now in here, to make the little balcony, you're going to do a stone brick block diagonally back and to the left here, diagonally back and to the right here. Stone brick block. And then you're going to use those stone brick blocks to make a nice little frame for a door there. And then you're just going to bring the rest back up to the same height as all of the blocks. And then you should have something like that. Now, as you can tell from this, there's so much extra tower pieces, I guess you could call them, to make it look all towery, if that's even a word, that you don't actually need to make a second border. Instead, you can actually cover the whole top of this build with flooring. But you don't want to go out past where the edges of the castle. Okay, so now you should have something like so. Now we're actually going to build the edges all the way around. So starting in the front, instead of doing an upside down stair on each side and in the middle like I have here, we're actually going to turn the stairs on the edges to the side, but keep them upside down so you almost get like a hint of an arch, but not quite. And then your row of stone brick blocks on top of that, and another row on top of them. For each of these 3x3 pieces, I guess you could call them, we're just going to do an upside down stair on each edge, and then put the row of 3 stone brick blocks on top, and then another row. And I'm going to just fast forward through the other 2. And so you can see on this middle piece here, did the exact same thing that we did on the front. For these next two pieces, what I ended up doing, I believe, was that, but I'm probably wrong. Oh, I'm right. Okay. Cool. So yeah, another like mini, to turn this whole thing into like a small arch piece kind of deal. Do that. We're going to do the same thing in this little inlet. And then on the 5-1, we are going to do the upside down stair on each side and one in the middle, with again 2 rows of blocks on top, keeping those corners empty. And you should have something like that. Now the stairs, I'm kind of keeping for this one like we did on the balcony. So stair with the backs facing out. On these corner pieces, I'm just doing them out to the sides. It gives them that kind of upside down arch, pointy kind of look. Feel free to play around with the stairs too, and or maybe even some slabs, and see what kind of patterns you like better or worse. Try and make the castle your own thing rather than just copying block for block. I always like to do that when I'm watching tutorials. If I see a piece I maybe don't like, then I'll change it to a way that I do like it. So now those 2 little inlets I'm changing around to see, yeah, I kind of actually like that better than what I did over here. Yeah, okay. And then, of course, on these 5, we're doing like we were doing before, just the backs of the stairs facing out or off to the side, however you want to look at it. Now, this piece took me a little bit to kind of figure out how to do properly, so follow along as best as you can. So you can see in each corner I came out 2 stone blocks and 1 stone brick. I'm going to put the stone bricks up to a height of 3, and on the 3rd one I'm going to do an upside down stair, and then all the way across we are going to do a border of stone brick blocks like we did before. I do find it a little bit easier to fill in the stone pieces up to the same height first, or sorry, 1 block less than the same height first. So you're really just adding 2 more blocks on each of those pieces, and then 3 high to fill in the rest of the corner here. Really hope you can't hear my music in the background. It's not so good. Try and cover it up in editing with better, more family appropriate music. Okay, and then I think we're putting 4 more, yes, 4 more stone blocks worth of height on top of each of these, so I'll fast forward through that. Alright, so then once you have that, then all you're going to do is put your upside down stairs like we were doing before, one on each edge, one in the middle, all the way around. And then like we did before, our first layer is just going to be the 5 stone bricks across each side. It is a little trickier to do the fast building this way unless you're at like the perfect angle. So just keep that in mind. And now for the second layer, we're actually going to fill in that corner. There we go. Now, you pick which side you want to be pointy, basically, and then ignore that side. So I'm going to do the same as we did over here and make this side pointy. The rest, we are going to put a glowstone or maybe a sea lantern, your choice, if you want to do the lighting this way. Otherwise, another thing you can do is hang lamps in these, or lanterns I should say, in these empty spaces. That actually ends up looking pretty good as well. And then beside each of your lights in the corner, you're just going to do a stair with its back facing out, away from the castle. And you're going to put a slab of the same block, or maybe a different block if you want to. If you think something else is going to look better, you're going to put those on top. And then your trap doors on the outside. Then you have some kind of nice lighting for your castle there. And there you go. So in between each of these, we're going to do a stair again with its back facing away. And then on this side, we are going to do the back facing stair just like we did before. And then we're going to do one layer of stone bricks, 2 layers of stone bricks, and then here we are going to do the same lighting. Now over here I did actually use a sea lantern for the top one instead of the glowstone block, but you can kind of do whatever you want. I just wanted to do it this way so you can kind of see in this tutorial the difference that each light makes, or how it can look different if you have a different light source in this corner than in the other corners. Then you can come down inside here and fill in your flooring for here. It's okay if you make mistakes like that, guys, don't worry. And if you do this all in creative mode, you don't have to worry about collecting any of the blocks. You can build and destroy to your heart's content, and it shouldn't matter at all. But then yeah, there you go. So you have this nice cool castle thing. Always ends up looking bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does that one look bigger? Does it look bigger to everyone else, or am I just kind of like freaking out a little bit? Oh, okay, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so that's basically the gist of it, and then of course there's lots of space in here for ladders or stairs or whatever. There's lots of space on the second floor to do like a nice room in here, or to, you know, just have a bat farm, I guess. And then there's a fair bit of space up here too to walk around, and then you have a little bit of space up here. So I'll show you what I did on the inside of mine. So I just did bookshelves, which kind of hide the ladders, some storage here. I just put a sign here, giant map, so my vision for this, if I put it in a regular world, would just to be constantly making new maps to turn this whole wall into like a giant world map. I think that would end up looking really, really cool. This is mostly just decoration, some upside down stairs, the armor stand, some cheap armor, some banners to maybe they worship this guy or something. I don't know. Brewing stands, and then if you crouch, you can put your end rods on them and then do something like this, which I think looks kind of neat. And I did the stairwell in the big corner there. There's some more stairwell going up, so this would be like the bedroom and dining area. There's your balcony. Stairs keep going up, so you can still get to this floor from any of those. This stairwell leads you up onto the top, which I didn't put anything up here. It's more of like, let's look out at the world. Get some fresh air, or whatever. Then I tucked a ladder into the corner here. Put some netherwort and some bookshelves to have like a little chanting area on the top. Maybe it's a wizard's tower. He likes his fresh air while he's chanting books or whatever. I don't know. Entirely up to you. And then yeah, you can put banners around like I did. Torches. Basically whatever you want to decorate. But otherwise, it's going to end up looking like this. And I will be back in 1 second to show you how I combined this and this from the other tutorial I did into kind of one big castle. So in case you haven't seen the other video, you can check it out to see this again. But yeah, so I did for the spiky towers, I just did it, I didn't do an extra tower of spikiness. I just put the spikes in the corners of these two, did them both 5x5 and the middle 15 instead of 3 or 5. And then instead of the stairs for the archway, I flattened it out to make a walkway and then connected it to this wall so that from the inside there's also an interior walkway. And then of course I put one more out, and then that matched up to put another walkway closer to the back. I left these towers just flat, turned them into more stairways, more archways. Did another spiky tower in the middle here, connected them. Did the same on the back. This is automated chicken coops so that you can have an infinite supply of chickens. So you can have their meat and their feathers all you want. Put an entrance in the back here. And then on top of this tower, I just made a bigger version of this with no archway coming out. So yeah, to give a quick tour of the inside. So all down here is just like pretty garden and then actual wheat garden. Some bookshelves behind a bench with some end rods just for looks. Same thing on the other side. And at the back, it looks like a wishing well, but it's actually an end portal. So you want to be careful playing around that one, kids. Just bookshelves for decoration, and then it's the same on the other side. A crafting table and a furnace with some chests on some shelves, and then a brewing stand and an anvil for basically all of your crafting needs. What are you doing in my castle with a llama, sir? Anyway. End portals. So yeah, it's the exact same on the other side. Yes, come out of my castle, please. All the way around the top is various walkways, arches underneath, walkways, a nice fountain, and then there's kind of the main random chicken, I guess, and then the main bedroom sort of place that I made in here with a little bit of a world map. And then when you come up here from the stairwells or whatever, there's our actual enchanting room and some nice benches to sit on to look at some flowers, look at some background scenery, stand here and overlook your kingdom, whatever. But yeah, so if I get enough likes and extra subscribers, I could actually do a tutorial on how to build this. Bear in mind, it will be a couple of hours, although I would show some tips on how to clone pieces to make this go by a little bit faster. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you do like this video, slap the like button for me. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next video.